All right, so I think we're good to start. So, hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. I'm hoping all of you are doing well. I'm hoping you are healthy, happy, and safe. How are you doing, everyone? Hi Manish. Hi Ashwini. Hi Mandana. Hi Bipin. Hi everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your beautiful and lovely wishes. So, I'm really excited to begin with today's session. This is DSC 45, and today's session is titled Hands-on Session on Data Structures. This is labeled slot 2. I wonder who took the slot 1 and when. Good morning, Murali. Good morning, Ketan and Bhavani. Good morning, guys. So, before I proceed further with my session, I would like to take the confirmation. Did you get some time to do the revision of yesterday's content? Did you revise the functionalities, the content that we covered yesterday? Did you? Okay, so you did this. You did some practicals, referring to that course. Okay. Bhavani, we used it for for arranging the elements in the descending order. We used it for arranging the elements in the descending order. All right. So, guys, okay. So let's start with today's session, and in today's session, we have many things to be done, and I would like to share the perspective here with all of you. The perspective delivering the session is not to teach you how to solve a particular question, but to provide you with the various logics and Python expressions which can help you solve thousand problems, guys. All right. So that is my perspective here. And in today's session, I'm willing to and I'm trying to share various Python expressions, various programming logics, which are very common or quite often used in solving the various questions. So exactly, Anand. That's exactly what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so we have 53 participants here, and the primary objective of today's session is is to understand how to use data structures. Right, that is the primary objective. But before I proceed further, yesterday, I got this hint. Some participants were saying that we are confused with loops, and uh, I also don't have you can say much idea about how is the understanding of working with strings also. So I think I need to understand everyone, right? So exactly where you participants are lacking. So accordingly, I will customize my content and deliver you what exactly you need. So uh, can I get the confirmation here, guys? First of all, especially with the strings part, right? Are you comfortable with string operations? Have you practiced functions like split and join? Have you practiced those functions? Split and join? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, Bhavani noted. Sure, Bhavani. Okay, 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 okay. So you're saying that you're comfortable. All right. Okay. Okay. So can we begin with certain practices of all these things? Okay, all good. So I'll do one thing here. I'll do one thing. So I'll just share the agenda. Here's the agenda. Various exercises involving use of Python data structures. So we have various exercises here, which involve the use of Python data structures. And all of you are expected to do the hands-on, everyone, today. All right, you're expected to do the hands-on. Now, uh, before I proceed further with exercises, I would like to tell all of you that uh, you're supposed to start Jupyter at your end. Please make sure that Jupyter is ready at your end, and I'll give you some some specially designed exercises, and then uh, you know I'll give you some time to solve it. Right? If you're not able to solve it, then I'll provide you with the solutions as well. Okay, so let's begin, right? And I'm sure that in today's session, you will get answers to many of your questions automatically. I'm hoping that. So by the end of the session, please expect yourself to be equipped with various Python logics. Please expect yourself to be equipped with various Python expressions. Please expect yourself, to have a boosted confidence and better understanding of Python programming. So I'm hoping that this is going to be I'm trying to prove it as a Nirvana session today. Let's see how exactly it goes like. Sure, Bipin. Thank you for sharing your concern. So, sure, Murli, I'll also answer that, right? I'll also answer that. But Murli, I would like to tell you that this concept that you have shared with me, it's a very low priority concept, right? It doesn't play important role in Python programming. So this is what I have to say here, right? Because every topic has a priority, like. Oh, hi, Hiral. I'm really sorry. I've got confused. Okay, okay. So this is DSC 45. Okay, all right, everyone. So please acknowledge with ready at your end, everyone. Once you're ready with the Jupyter notebook, over to you guys. Okay. Uh, okay. So I'll give you exactly, practicing Python data structures here. So in Python data structures, the primary data structures are string, list, string. These are the primary data structures, guys. All right. Set is also included, but that is secondary, and tuple is also secondary because of the usage, guys. All right. And working with string is an art, actually. Okay. First of all, I would like to uh, tell you about these Python functions. This is SKY. So, guys, have you heard of SKY codes? Have you? Somewhere you will use this in your programming also. Have you heard of SKY codes? You know what is SKY code is, right? Okay, I can't show. No, okay, no, okay. I'll tell you. Okay, sure, no worries. I'll tell you here. So basically, I'm adding the knowledge database here, right? We are adding few new things here. So what is an SKY code basically? So here, any character, any letter on any key on the keyboard, right? Any key on this keyboard has a numeric representation or internal numeric representation. For example, in schools, can we say that roll number is a numeric representation? Can we say this? Roll number is your numeric representation schools, right? Exactly. Similarly, here in computers, we do have a numeric representation for keys as well. So this numeric representation is used by computer internally for its computation purpose, which is out of our business actually. Uh, we must have a basic understanding, like what is the numeric code for regular used keys. For example, OR. So OR is a function in Python, which can tell you what is the numeric code for the given character. So for A, we have 65. For B, we have 66. Can you guess the numeric code for C? Oh my God, this is next level. Exactly. So that is 67. Now here the numeric code for Z is 90. So can we freeze the range in our mind? What is the numeric range for capital A to capital Z? What is the range? Can you freeze it? Thank you, Sukanya. Thank you. 65 and 90. And can we freeze the numeric range for small letters as well? Small letters have different sky codes. Can we freeze it? I know that this is very difficult to, freeze this information, but let me close my eyes and let me recall. 65 to 90 is uppercase A to Z, and 97 to 122 is the range for the lowercase A to Z. So can I assume that participants are comfortable with the sky codes there? Okay. Then we have a CHR function here, right? This is CHR. CHR is the opposite of what? Did you observe? CHR function is the opposite of what? So what is CHR? Give me the sky code, I'll give you the character. CHR is like, give me the sky code and I'll give you the character. So CHR 98. Can you figure out what is the expected answer? Oh my God, this is super quick. Small bit, exactly. That's fine. That's fine. Good one, guys. Very good one. So here we just learned that there are two functions here. What is OR and what is CHR? Okay. Now here is a quick activity. Now this is a quick activity here, which targets working with characters or string in Python. So here with every exercise, I'll tell you exactly which domain you are working on or which particular concept you are specializing, right? So when I'm giving you an activity here, so that activity works on a particular area, right? It's not like we are just randomly solving the question. No. Every question that I'm going to present here is actually working on a particular area. So here in this activity, I'm working with characters. All right. Okay. So there is a question from Joshi here, Prateek here. Odd function, Bhavini. At max, we can call it ordinal, but it is odd only. So 98, please explain. So Prateek, 98 means the SKY code for small letter b, right? So what CHR is doing, it's returning the character representation of 98. It's B. You remember small a is 97, then 98 will be small b, right? Small a is 97, then 98 will be small b, and 99 will be small c, right? CHR is a function which can, okay, so I'll just write it once again. I think I need to change my training strategy now. Odd takes character and returns sky code. CHR takes sky code and returns. Thank you, Murali. Yeah, thank you. So Joel and everyone, are you able to understand what is odd and what is CHR now? Okay. Have you practiced these functions at your end also, guys? Have you practiced it? So here's a quick activity here, and this quick activity targets strings and loops. Okay. Write a program that finds the happiness score. How to find happiness score. Find the total sum of each character in your first name. For example, my name is ABC. Then my happiness score will be 97 plus 98 plus 99. So here that would be 300, 129 to 97 to 94. Perfect. Thank you, Kajal. So guys, please confirm, have you understood the activity, everyone? Have you understood how to find the happiness score? Okay. Now please give it a try, right? And do not share the code, please, everyone, all right? I'm requesting once again, please do not share the code in chat section, because I want the participants to, practice, they use their logics, do some brainstorming. So I'll share the solution in, let's say, some 5-10 minutes, maybe. Lowercase. Yes, Bhavani, you have to write this code in Jupyter, and the name will be in lowercase. Khushbu, basically the idea is not, see, I'll tell you, Khushbu, right? What is my perspective here? My perspective is, Khushbu, if you can do it for your name, you can do it for the other's name as well. So I'm not very rigid about that. This code should be very, foolproof, not really. If you can do it for your name only, I'm more than happy and satisfied. Bhavani, your response is noted. I'll assist you with that. So we can see the happiness score of Sumit Saurav, 562. All right, everyone. Yeah, please share your name as well as happiness score. Rajkumar, Sun, and we're learning next week. Sumit Saurav. Lambda will be covered next week. Okay. Now here, I think 8:18, 8:21. So it's hardly 3 minutes here. We'll wait for a few more minutes. In the bootcamp practice session, I have to ask, is okay to make you the same? Sumit, I'm really sorry, but I'm not available for uh, offline doubt resolution because my role is limited to live session only as a guest lecturer. And during the other weekdays, I am engaged with other clients, which doesn't gives me any space, for working on additional things. So for this, UpGuide provides doubt sessions, Sumit. So I request you please take advantage of doubt sessions for this one. And yeah, yeah, I'm really sorry, but because I'm engaged with multiple clients, and that's why. All right, guys. So before I proceed further, I would like to you know take the response from the participants here. Thank you, Murli. Thank you very much. Oh, Bhavani, is it? Oh, okay. Now, guys, here, if in case, thank you, Sadesh. If in case, if you are not able to do this program at all, if you are not able to write, even a single line, please reply with not sure. If you're also not able to complete the lab, please also reply with not sure in the chat section. Let me understand exactly what is going on. Okay. Now here, okay, I can see that there are a number of responses, which are coming as not sure here. Okay. So here, let's start with the solution, everyone. First of all, if you are facing difficulty in programming, or if you have this question like how to start, what to write, right? If you're having this question in your mind that how to start, what to write, you must practice flowcharts again, right? The question, the recommendation is that you must start practicing flowchart again. Second thing is, guys, I'm trying to fill a gap here, right? I'm trying to fill a gap here, but this is my recommendation. If you're not practicing on weekdays, filling gap every weekend won't make any sense, right? Most of your learning will come from your practice only. So here's a solution here. So the very first thing that we'll do here is to, we will, create a variable here, and the value is Rajan here. The value can be anything, or I can take the input from user as well. So this is completely okay, right? I can take the input here as well. But for the clear understanding from the instructor point of view, I am taking the value as, let's say, Raj. Now here, so I want to find the numeric code, ASCII code for each character. So you must know that, how to find, how to extract each character from the given string, that is Rajan. So for this, we'll use a for loop here. And the for loop would look something like this for any variable in username. So what does this loop mean? this loop means each character of username variable's value, which is Rajan, will be assigned to any variable, one by one. So it's going to be like R, and then A goes to any variable, and then J goes to any variable, and then A goes to any variable, and then N goes to any variable. So create an animation in your mind. Here you need to create animation in your mind. R flying to any variable, A, J, A, N, right? Look at this. Print any variable. See, R, A, J, A, N, right? So, so what is the importance of any variable here? So this is basically a holder, value holder, Rajesh. If you don't have a variable here, where we will hold the value? Where we will hold the value, right? We need something to contain the character, right? So that's why any variable. And I use the name any variable here just to tell you that you can name this variable whatever you want, right? That's why I used the term any variable. Otherwise, I can use A, B, C, X, Y, Z for I, A, B, C, whatever you want to name it. So, guys, first of all, here I would like to ask all of you: did you, those who reply not sure, right? Did you understand how to access each character one by one using a for loop? Did you understand this expression? Have you collected this expression? Okay, so we have a lot of basics issues here. Lot of basics issues. Now, this is not going to work this way, guys, all right? If your response still no, that means there's a lot of practice problem. There's a lot of practice problem. Still, I'm going to try one more time. Okay? This is not the stage you are expected to be in. Trust me. This is not the stage you're expected to be in right now. Okay, I'm going to give one more attempt here. No. Practice. In 1 week, you should have some basics. No worries. I'll try one more time. Bhavani, look at this, Bhavani. See, everyone. For any variable in username. So how it looks like? It looks like this. For. Okay. For. So what is any variable? Any variable is a variable. Any variable is a variable. So this is a variable in, 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 right? And then we have username, right? So we have username here. So what is username? Username is a variable here, right? Username is a variable. So this username is a variable of, it's a group of characters. So this is basically your username. This is your username. So what do we have here? We have R, A, J, A, N. Right? So we have this variable here, and then we have this print any variable. So in here we have print, and then we have any variable here, right? So this is any variable. Thank you, Murali. Thank you very much. Any variable. All right. Okay. So this is how the loop would look like, and how the loop runs, right? How the loop runs. See, first, the first character of your username goes to any variable like this, right? So first, the first character of your username, right? It goes to uh, the variable. Here, it goes to the variable like this, right? And when you print any variable, it prints R like this. So R gets printed. Then this is repeated. The next character A goes to any variable. And if you print any variable like this, it prints A. And then J goes to any variable. And then if I print any variable, it prints J. So here you need to observe the motion of values, how the execution is happening, in which motion the values are getting printed, like this. And this one, and this one. Rajesh, because it's a group of characters, right? It's a group of characters only. System basically separates these characters internally. So there is a separation which is there already. We are just getting aware of it now, right? But there is a separation internally, Bhavini and Rajesh. Bhavini, you are right. You are right. So, guys, with this animation of this for loop, did you get the clarity how for loop works? Did it work for you? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, I want the numeric codes here for these characters. So, if I want the numeric codes for these characters, which function I'll be using for the numeric codes? Odd, that's right. Odd, any variable. So, here we have odd, any variable, right? Here we have any variable here. So we can see the numeric codes of each character. So it's like odd of R, 114, odd of 9, A, which is 97, odd of J is 106, odd of A is 97, and odd of N is 110. So if you observe um, the numeric codes are being generated for each character here. So what we'll do here, we'll create a variable here, total score, with initial value of 0, and then we will add total or variable or total score plus odd any variable, right? So we have total score plus numeric code, and here we'll simply say print your total score is, and total score, like this one. So my score is 524. So question from Bhavani is why the score is 0 here. So it's very simple, Bhavani, right? So suppose, Bhavani, if you're going to a restaurant and you have not ordered anything, right? If you're going to a restaurant and you have not ordered anything, what will be the value you will consider for your total bill initially? Tell me, what will be the value you will consider for your total bill initially? It's 0. That's right. Similarly, when I have not started the calculation, my score is 0. When I have not started the calculation, my uh, my score is 0. That's why, Bhavani. And that's it. Simple, right? This is how it goes. Okay, so we have a response from Chitra here. We will explain loops briefly. Um, sure, we can do that. But we need to mention, you're right, Bhavani, we have. Because we need an initial value, Mani Sagar. We need an initial value. Suresh. Okay. Okay. Okay, everyone. So the participants who are having good idea about programming, please, please support me in supporting, the the beginner participants, everyone, because the priority will be given to the beginner participants, everyone, because there's a boot camp, right? Boot camp is for non-programmers. So from this perspective, I'm mostly inclined towards the participants who are very new to this subject. All right. So with this perspective, I'm answering the question, everyone. So I'll just answer the questions here. Okay. So thank you, Ketan. Okay. So Suresh, if I do not write, this. Thank you, Sumit. So if I do this expression, this will replace old value every time, right? So this is why. Uh, where is it? Okay. Suresh, thank you. Suresh, this is the answer because this will replace old value every time. So there is a response from Chitra here. Chitra wants to learn loops briefly here. So anyone who would like to give +1 here for this one? Do you want me to share the loops briefly? Yeah, Murli, we can. But I think Murli participants are way far from this logic. Okay. So all right. So here is a brief explanation of loops. Okay, Bhavani. Okay, thank you, Arun. Okay. Noted, everyone. Noted, noted, noted. Okay, okay. So, okay. Loops. This is a brief explanation of loop, everyone. Uh, so, first of all, we must understand that why do we use this concept, right? Or when do we use this concept? That is the first thing. And I'll also share a story with all of you. You know, when I learned loops for the very first time, I found it difficult and I wanted to skip this topic. I remember my days, I asked my teacher that, sir, can I skip this particular topic? Because I also found this difficult, in my college days. So my teacher replied me that, Rajan, you cannot skip this topic because this is the primary topic of, um, um, you know, this is the primary topic of any programming language, and we cannot imagine any language without loops. We cannot. Right? So this is how important it is. And this topic will not come to you immediately. It takes rigorous practice to be comfortable with loops. Right? Loop takes time. So you can expect a good 5 to 7 days of practice on loops only. Right? So if you want to be comfortable, you have to spend a lot of time on practicing loop, and it takes time, right? It cannot come to you immediately. Heather, nothing, Heather. We did till dictionary only. So here we use loops for solving questions which are repetitive in nature, right? The the you know uh, um, the questions, the activities which are repetitive by nature. For solving such questions, we use loops. Exactly, exactly, Anand. That is a correct example. So if we take example of this repeat all button in a music player, right? So in many times you have used that button, right? Repeat all, repeat all, repeat all in a music application like Wink or Airtel Music or Spotify. So that is the example of a loop, right? So when something repeats itself, that is a loop. For example, your alarm clock. So you set your alarm, let's say 5 a.m. in the morning for the weekdays. So for the next 5 days, it's going to be repeating itself every morning at 5 o'clock in the 5 a.m. So that is another example of loop. So when something repeats itself, that is where we need to use loops, right? Now there are okay. Now here I'm sharing an example here to better understand how to use loops. Now there are two primary loop in Python. One is for and one is while. So these are the two primary loops here in Python programming. I'm going to explain both. But before I share the programming part with all of you, I would like to share the logic part first. And in this part, we will understand that how the looping is constructed, or how the looping block is constructed, right? How the loop works. For that, I'm sharing this flowchart with all of you guys here. So here is a flowchart which will help you understand loops better. There is no do while in Python, Ketan. Start. Meter equals to 1. If meter less than equals to 5. Stop. Yes. Print meter. Meter equals to meter plus 1. And here. So here I have a flowchart here, and this flowchart basically is trying to explain the construction of a loop. And before I explain, the key areas, first of all, let us formally go through the flowchart. All right, let us formally go through the flowchart. So here I have declared a variable. It's called meter. Meter is a variable here. Meter is a variable, and the initial value of meter is 1. So 1 is the value which from where this meter starts. So now we will follow the arrow if meter, that is 1, is lesser than 5. Is it yes or no, guys? Can you reply me? If 1 is lesser than 5? Yes, it's so. If 1 is lesser than 5, right? So here it says print meter. Now, can we imagine 1 getting printed on the monitor screen? Can you imagine this way, right? Print meter, that means 1 getting printed on the screen, right? Now, look at this expression. You remember right to left evaluation. So I'm here only. And right to left evaluation, first we'll start from right. So 1 plus, what's the value of meter? 1 equals to meter. So here meter gets updated to 2. So if you observe, 1 plus 1, meter is 1, and then now the meter got updated to 2. Now the meter is 2 now, right? The meter is 2 now because it got updated here. Now we'll follow the arrow. If 2 is lesser than 5, yes, 2 is lesser than 5, print meter. Meter gets printed as 2. Now we'll follow the arrow. 1 plus last value of meter is 2, and the meter gets updated to 3. Now this time the meter gets updated to 3. It's okay, Bhavani, we can do that. There is no problem with that. We can do that. So now the meter is 3. We'll follow the arrow. If 3 is lesser than 5, yes, 3 is lesser than 5. Print meter. Meter is 3. Now we'll follow the arrow. 1 plus 3 gives you 4. Now the meter is 4. Now we'll follow the arrow. If 4 lesser than 5, yes, 4 is lesser than 5. Print meter. So it is 4. Now we'll follow the arrow here. Now this is going to be 1 plus 4. Meter gets updated to 5. Now the meter is 5. Now we'll follow the arrow. If meter, which is 5, lesser than 5, no. Is it equals to 5? Yes, it's equals to 5. In less than equals to, one of the condition has to be true, either less or either equal. So 5 is not less than 5, but it is equals to 5. We'll go to yes in this case, and we'll print meter, which is 5. And here we'll follow the arrow. 1 plus 5 gives you the meter as 6. Now the value of meter is 6. Now we'll follow the arrow. If 6 is lesser than 5, no. If 6 is equals to 5, no. We'll go to stop here. And this is the answer. End. Now, before I further discuss this flowchart looping concept, first of all, you have to, confirm if you understood how the flowchart printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you understand? Rajesh, I'll answer that. This is covered on the way. It's on the way, Rajesh. Right? Give me some time. It's automatically answered. It's on the way. Okay. Now here, let me create a comfort zone here. Right? I'll try to create a comfort zone. Okay. I'll just answer that. Now here. So guys, if I'm going to make this change, in this flow chart, what is the impact of this change in the flow chart? Meter equals to meter minus 1. So please run the flow chart the way I ran and try to understand the expected answer of this flow chart. What changes I've done here? I changed meter equals to meter plus 1 to meter equals to meter minus 1. Give it a try. Now see, everyone. Okay, everyone, I'm thankful to you for your beautiful responses. The answer here is infinity. Infinity is the answer here. Now, why infinity is the answer? I'll explain that. So here, meter variable starts from 1. Now, if you look at the step here, this is a decrement by 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. 0 minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 minus 1, minus 2. Minus 1, minus 3. Minus 4, minus 5. So any value which is going to be generated will be negative only. Now, if you look at this condition, this will continue to run till it is lesser than 5. Any negative will always be lesser than positive 5. Hence, it becomes infinity. Any negative will always be lesser than 5, positive 5. Hence, it becomes infinity. So I'm hoping that participants who are in doubt why it's infinity, I hope you got the answer that why it is infinity here. Now, let us understand what are the primary components. Okay, now what was a loop here? In this flow chart, meter equals to meter plus 1. So this is corrected here. In this flow chart, I hope you observed that I was running the code in this motion. Guys, did you observe This was the motion which produced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I correct? This was the execution flow. This was the execution flow which produced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll answer that, Bhavani. So this circular execution is called loop, right? This circular execution is called loop, right? This is called loop here, right? This is called loop here. Now, Bhavani, your question is this one, right? So we started from 1 and it goes till 5. So Bhavani, how 1 will reach 5 means how we will reach the value 5. If we do not increment the variable, we will never reach 5. For example, if I remove this step, what is the expected answer? Anyone? Infinity 1. Can we say it's infinity 1? Come on. Infinity 1. So why it is infinity 1? Because 1, meter is 1. 1 will always be lesser than 5 and meter never got an increment. Meter never got an increment. So meter will always remain 1 and 1 is lesser than 5. Right? So that's why it becomes 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, infinity. So we want this meter to reach 5 and cross 5. We want this meter. Okay. ठीक है. Manisagar. Look at this, Manisagar. Meter is 1. Meter is 1. Follow the arrow. 1 is lesser than 5. Yes, it's lesser than 5. Print 1. Follow the arrow. 1 lesser than 5. Yes, print 1. Follow the arrow. 1 lesser than 5. Yes, print 1. Follow the arrow. 1 lesser than 5. Yes, print 1. Follow the arrow. So if you observe, Manisagar, I am in an infinity loop because 1 is always lesser than 5. Manisagar, look at the look. Please follow the arrows, Manisagar. Look at the arrows. So Bhavani, we want this meter to reach 5 and cross 5. So how can I reach 5 and cross 5? If I increment the value of meter. If I increment the value of meter. So we have higher values in learning groups. We can use multiples. So we have higher values in learning groups, so we can use multiples. I didn't get you the multiples part here. We can use +2 also. See, +3 also. We can do that. But I want this to run 5 times. I want this loop to run 5 times. So if I want this loop to run 5 times, I have to do the increment of +1. If I do the increment of +2, it won't run 5 times. It will run 1, 3, 5, 3 times. It will run 3 times only. Okay. It will run 150 times. Bhavani, it will run 150 times. Now here, everyone. So here we must understand what are the components of constructing a for loop. What are the components of constructing a loop? Sorry. A variable, a condition, and an increment. 1, 2, 3. We need these 3 things to construct a loop. We need 3 things to construct a loop. A variable, our condition, and increment there. So these are the three things which help us in constructing or forming a loop. Now, if I show you the while loop example here, you will realize that while loop is exactly same as this flowchart. See, here's a Python code, everyone. All right, here's the Python code. Meter equals to 1 while meter less than equals to 5, print meter equals to meter plus 1. Now, how to read this code? So please follow the arrows to learn how the code will execute. This is code only, Bhavani. This is code only. If you follow the arrows and look at the sequence, and if you compare this code with flowchart, the output is exactly the same. Can I request you to please compare the while loop and the flowchart? If you observe carefully, they are exactly comparable. There is a difference, Karan. I'll answer that. Just give me some time. I'll answer that. Okay, so if I show you the practical, so guys, before I show you the coding part here, can I confirm if the visualization part is clear? Is the visualization part clear to all of you? Okay, 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 all good. Now see, meter equals to 1, while meter less equals to 5, print meter equals to meter plus 1. Now it's up to you that how you want to manipulate this loop. Now here you need to, you need to practice it hard to, bring the comfort zone. See, look at the manipulation that I've done here. See, both the loops are running 5 times. But I know that how to alter or configure the details there so that I can produce the expected output. So in the first loop, I produce 1 to 5, and second loop, I produce 5 to 1, right? So can you just focus on the second loop here and try to understand how it is working from 5 to 1? Yeah, in reverse order, that's right. Thank you, Abhijit, for sharing the in description. That is absolutely correct here. Now look at this. Now everyone, now look at this, everyone. Here, see, 1 to 10, right? Now what I'm doing here, message equals to 2 into meter equals to 2 into meter. Oops. End message. Now look at the usage of loop here. In this example, I'm just trying to, create a usage of loop, that how loop can be used to produce something interesting, something useful, right? So I don't want to restrict loop just to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can use loops for producing something informational, some useful data. So here I printed the table of two. The reason for that is I wanted to showcase you how you can use concepts like loop to produce, data of some interest, data of some use everyone. Now here I'm using this f-string concept here, right? And if I'm not wrong, I taught all of you f-string in the first week. Can I confirm? You remember, guys? We did f-string in the first week. Now here, uh, I expect you to remember this concept. Thank you, Sumit. Right? I expect you to remember this concept, everyone. Okay. So before I move on to the for loop, guys, and then I'm going to explain the difference in for and while also. Can I confirm from the participants? Is the if the usage syntax is clear of the loop here, the usage and the syntax. Okay, okay, Sheetal noted. Now, everyone, I want to say this to all of you that please do not think that you know loops now. It's not like that. You don't know loops still until you practice loops 1,000 times. If I don't want to use a variable, I have to do this in directly in the print function. Uh, Here, Rajesh, right? And basically, I use variable uh, just to split the activity. As an instructor, I try to simplify things. So I avoided mixing f-string and print together. For easy understanding, I thought that okay, I should be using variable here for simplification of my code or easy understanding of the code. That's why I use the variable. Uh, okay, okay. Uh, for loop. I'll also explain the difference also, everyone. Rest assured. Uh, I'll also explain the difference. So before I explain for loop to all of you, I would like to discuss a function with all of you, which is used very frequently uh, with for loop, and that is called a range function. Now, this is a Python provided function, and this is used heavily with for loop actually. So that's why it becomes very important to discuss this range function with all of you. So what is range? This function generates numbers. The numbers always starts from 0. The numbers are generated from 0 till limit -1. Rest assured, I explain what does it means. For example, if I say range 7, the output would be if I say range 5, the output would be if I say range 3, the output would be can you read the range description once again, guys, and confirm if you're able to understand the behavior of range? Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. For any variable for I'll simply say bucket equals in 10, 20, 40, 50, 30. Okay. Now everyone. Suppose you have a set of elements with you, right? Suppose if you have a set of elements with you, right? If you have set of elements and you want to sequentially access those elements, access elements one by one. Use for loop. So I'm repeating once again. So suppose if you have a set of elements, and if you want to, access these elements one by one. So in this case, we use for loop, right? You have a set of elements and you want to access them one by one. So for example, 10 goes to bucket. If you print bucket, it prints 10. And this will repeat. 20 goes to bucket, print bucket, it prints 20. 40 will go to bucket, print bucket, it will print 40. 50 goes to bucket, print bucket, it prints 50. Then 30 goes to bucket, print bucket, and prints 30. The flow of data is exactly same as the flow of Rajan in the happiness score program. I hope you remember that. The way Rajan traveled into the variable, in the same way, these elements will also travel. Now this for loop automatically terminates. This for loop automatically terminates when all the values are fetched. When the last value is fetched, let's say, right? So once all the values are fetched, we don't need to do anything here. This loop will automatically terminate itself, right? So the question is that when does the for loop terminates or exits? It terminates or exits once all the values are pulled or fetched. This will auto terminate. I'll give you one more example here. For item in milk, bread, butter, and item. So, yeah, Chitra, we don't need to declare the variable path. So what is happening here? Milk goes to item, print item. It prints milk. And then bread goes to item, print item. It prints bread. And then butter goes to item, print item, and then prints butter. This loop will automatically terminate once all the values are fetched. So if you observe, before I share the comparison, can I confirm, have you understood the usage of for loop here? I'll revise once again. It is used to sequentially access a set of elements. So if you have a set of elements with you and you want to sequentially get access to those elements, then we use for loop here, right? So is for loop condition dependent, or are we using any condition for running this loop? No, exactly. You are right. So there is no condition in this for loop, right? So it's not for looping in situations when there are no conditions. Is there any variable, uh, any counter variable or increment decrement? No. There is no counter like variable. There is no meter like variable like meter, or there is no increment or decrement. So it has nothing to do with conditions. For loop has nothing to do with variable like meter. It doesn't have anything to do with increment or decrement, right? So when do we use for loop? When we have some elements with you and you want to get access to those elements in a sequential order, one by one. When do we use while loop? We use while loop. We use while loop when looping is conditional. When looping is conditional. For example, I'll give an example here. Ooh, choice. While choice. Yes, 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 yes. See, look at the program behavior. Yes, 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 yes. No. Is this looping conditional? Yes. Is it a conditional loop? And what is the condition I mentioned here? Yeah, till the time the value of choice variable is y, keep running. Till the time the value of the choice variable is y, keep running. Time, let's say 9 o'clock, while time is less than 17, which is 5 p.m. Time, end, input, what time it is. Okay, so time is 9, and if the time is lesser than 70 or less than equals to 17, right? Suppose I'm working at till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 13, 14, 2 o'clock, 15, 3 o'clock, 16, 4 o'clock, 17, 5 o'clock. And now I did, overwork or overtime for 1 hour, so it's 18. And the loop is over. So if you observe, uh, is this loop conditional? So till what time this loop is expecting me to work in the office? 17 exactly. So this loop is expecting me to work in the office till 17 a time. So it is basically 5 o'clock in the evening. Okay, so let's compare once again, right? So let's compare once again. Have you understood the difference in for and while? I'm repeating once again, okay? For loop is used for accessing elements sequentially in a set of elements. So if you have a set of elements with you and you want to access those elements one by one, we use for loop. For loop has nothing to do with conditions. Whereas while loop is conditional. So we loop till the condition is satisfied. So if the condition is not satisfied, the loop will terminate. So while loop is conditional, whereas for loop is not conditional. Guys, can I get the confirmation? Are we getting closer to loops now? Are we getting closer? Okay. Now I'll just take one more confirmation here. Thank you, Bhavani. For I in 1, 2, 3, 4. Weekend money. We can do that. Print I. Are you comfortable with this for loop, guys? Are you able to visualize how this loop possibly could be working? Now, you know why I delivered this for loop to all of you? Because the above for loop and this for loop are exactly same. Am I correct? If you are not able to understand this expression, I want you to replace this expression with this in your mind. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Sorry. With this expression. If you're not able to understand this expression, try replacing this with this because they are exactly same, right? They're exactly same. Remember the explanation of range function starts from 0 till limit minus 1. Thank you, Satish. Thank you. It can be 2 to 5 also. Correct. Okay, so um, can I proceed further to few other topics, guys? I think I invested a good amount of time on looping. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, okay, let's proceed. Thank you. Okay, quick activity. Targets, string manipulation, plus indexes, plus list. Vishal, Vishal, I have no shoes in explaining nested loops also. But if you observe, I'm hardly left with 1 hour for this weekend, and I have done nothing for Python data structures. So if I further continue with nested loops, I will not have delivered I would have not delivered anything on data structures. So it is my request to all of you, please do not try to master everything in live session. I have a limited space available with me. In this limited space, I have to create a good understanding of everything, right? I'm not trying to make you master of anything. I'm just trying to create a good understanding of everything. So list is equally important. Dictionary is equally important. String manipulation is equally important. So everything is equally important, guys. Everything is equally important. Okay. And just to tell you guys, I have never explained for loop in this much detail ever. Trust me. Uh, it is because I found in this batch I need to do it. That's why I did it. But we need to focus more on data structures, everyone. Thank you, Bhavani. But please, everyone, right? I have a very strong request, guys. Okay, see, I'm really sorry I'm saying this, but I I really want you to win, right? And how you can win, not by not depending only on live session, right? This is a disease. Please just do not depend on live session. You have to spend good amount of time on weekdays practicing Python, right? This plays a major role, guys. It's some so it is. I'll give you one example here. Uh, can I depend on YouTube for learning how to sing or how to dance or how to become a surgeon, right? Not really. I cannot depend on YouTube for becoming a good surgeon or a singer or a dancer or a martial artist or to become a programmer. So I have to take the learning plus I have to do the practice, to specialize the subject or to earn that skills, right? We have to practice. There is no other alternative available. There is no alternative available at all, guys. All right? Okay. Thank you. Simulating Twitter. Wait. Okay. So in this activity, we are targeting on uh, in this activity we are going to simulate the Twitter actually, and for simulating the Twitter, I have got this tweet variable with me, and in this tweet variable, I'm going to uh, write this code here. I enjoy long romantic walks to perfect. Anand, I'm just trying to cover as much as I can. Okay. So I've got a variable here, and this variable is tweet variable, and here we are trying to simulate Twitter. So when you use Twitter and you post a tweet, on that platform, what Twitter does basically, it extracts the hashtags from the tweet. So here the objective is to extract hashtags. Right? The expected output is going to look like this: hash enjoy, uh, hash romantic, hash fetch. So guys, as usual, I'll give you some 5 minutes time here, right? Give it a try. If you're able to do it, it's well and good. If you're not able to do it, there's nothing to demoralize yourself. You just need to learn the technique. That's it. Over to you guys. Sure, Shailesh, we can do that. You please do not share the code. Share the produce output, guys. You're not supposed to share the code. You're supposed to share the output. Thank you, Murali. Thank you, Nidesh. Thank you, Ashok. Thank you, Tamanna. Good one. All right, Priya. Thank you. Thank you, Vijaspita, Mandana. Okay, okay, Rajkumar, Bharat, thank you. Both will be used, Preetham. Both will be used. Uh, Indexing is not necessary here, but it can be used. Good one, Manisagar. Good one, Ravi. Thank you, Murli. That does works. That does works. Thank you, Rajesh. So in my examples, I'm also trying, to come up with something realistic here. I'm not focusing on questions like finding the factorial or prime numbers. Those are very traditional programs. So I'm also trying to come up with examples which are realistic and which can be mapped to the real world. Okay, Gagan, no worries, no worries. We can discuss the solution. I'll share solutions here for this one. Um, so I think we have waited for 5 minutes here, if I'm not wrong, is it? Okay. So I think we can proceed with this one, the solution explanation, right? Uh, Before I proceed further, I would like to take the not sure responses. How many of you found it difficult or couldn't complete it? Please reply with not sure. Your responses will help me understand the density of you can say the participants who are finding it difficult. Okay. Okay. Noted. Okay. Now see, guys. I'll explain this. Good one, Manisagar. So to do this, okay, here's the explanation, everyone. Here's the explanation, right? To do this program, you need to take the help from split function, right? To do this program, you need to take the help from split function. So first of all, I'm explaining what is split function. All right, look at this one. It's green, chocolate, rum raisin, and vanilla. So I've got three flavors here. One is chocolate, rum raisin, and vanilla. Now the objective is to separate the each flavor here, right? So what is the objective here? To separate each flavor. So can you figure out what is the symbol which is separating the each word here? And that's right, space. Space is separating separating each word here, each flavor here. So Python provides this split function. So Python provides this function called split. So what split does basically, it separates the words wherever it finds space. Space is the delimiter here. The term that we use is delimiter. Space is the delimiter. So what split does, it separates the words wherever it finds space. And in which type the response is generated? Is it a tuple or a list? It's a list, right? It's a list here. Flavors. Now, before I proceed further, sharing the solution with all of you, I would like to take the strong confirmation from especially those participants who replied with not sure, that how I separated the words from a string and formed the list. How I separated the words and formed a list here. Split functions, Suresh. Yes, that's right. Using split. That's right. That's right. Just to create a comfort zone, guys. All right. Just to create a comfort zone. People. Alice, Martha, Wendy. People. Dot split. This is just for creating a comfort zone. So the separator between the people names was comma. So when I'm splitting the people variable, I specified the delimiter. I mentioned the separator. So this time the separator wasn't space, it was comma. It was comma. So are you able to create a comfort zone now around split function? Are you able to create a comfort zone? Okay, thank you. Now let's get back to the activity here. So the activity is tweet, fullest, or tweet.split. I hope you're comfortable with this, how I separated the words. Sumit, that isn't recommended. I'm going to call it to a list here. So in which object the list is? In which object the list is? The list is in to a list. It's in to a list. Let us extract each element from to list using a for loop or word into list. Print word. Come on, we have done it 2 times today. One is in Rajan happiness score, and one is in for loop explanation, guys. Sequentially accessing set of elements. Am I correct? Sequentially accessing set of elements. Now here Python provides us a function called starts with. Python has a built-in function called starts with. Now this function returns true or false depending upon whether the value begins with hash or not. If you observe carefully, for all the words which are starting with hash, it returns true, and for the other words, it's returning false. Please understand, observe how I determined if the word begins with hash or not. And the function is self-explanatory. Look at that function, starts with. It's just as regular English. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So guys, are you able to comfortably understand starts with? What starts with does? It helps us determine if the values begins with hash or not. If the value begins with hash, it returns true. If the value doesn't begins with hash, it returns false. And that's it. That's it. No more complex signs. There is nothing complicated here. What I am going to do is I'm going to use that function as a condition for me. If the word starts with hash, print the word. Look at the English like sentence. If the word starts with hash, then only print the word. Otherwise, don't print it. So word printing will only happen if the word starts with the hash. Word printing will only happen if the word starts with hash. Hmm. Hmm. We have Bhavani. There are hundreds of functions. We can Tamanna. Alternate logic. That's a that also works. Alternate logic here. If the first character of word matches with hash. This is the alternate logic. If the first character of hash matches with word. Hash. If the first character matches with hash. Sumit, sorry, Gagan. Gagan, I'll answer this. Gagan, um, if the word is like the hash gun, Gagan, if the word is like this, hey Rajan, your code will print Gagan hash, but it's not a hashtag, Gagan. The point is that hash is checked across the all the characters in membership operator in. All right, thank you, Gagan, for acknowledging. Where is it? Mm, so guys, can I get some confirmation? Can I get some confirmation? Okay. Sumit, okay, noted, Sumit. See, if you are new to coding, no, Manish, we cannot. It isn't universal, Sumit. Bhavani, sure, we can go for a break. Suresh, Suresh, see, Suresh, first of all, your concern is that there are a lot of functions and how can we remember all these functions? See, Suresh, the answer to everything is practice only. I'm really sorry for repeating the same reason, same solution again and again, but there is no solution other than practice. For example, can you suggest anything to these people except practicing to specialize their skill? Is there anything that you can suggest anyone to all these people to specialize in their skills? Same with programmer. Same, same, same. Arun. You have answered the question, right? Start with Arun Kumar. There is S which is missing in your case. This one, Arun. Arun, S is missing. Okay. Uh, okay. Now, guys, I am seeing. Trust me, this is really, really difficult for me, which I'm because when you are not able to perform, it creates a pressure on me actually, right? When you're not able to perform, it creates a lot of pressure on me. Trust me, I'm feeling very pressurized right now, more pressurized than a pressure cooker. Trust me. Okay. So everyone, I'm going to provide all of you with a quick break here. All right, let's go for a quick break. Let's refresh yourself, right? And post break, we have some dictionary implementations. I'll tell you exactly how to work with dictionaries in Python, everyone. So I request all of you to please refresh yourself. Please be energized. I'll see you after the break. And post break, we are going to work on um, dictionary exercises, everyone. All right. So, hi everyone. Welcome back after the break. I'm hoping all of you are refreshed and re-energized. I request the participants here to please reply with +1 to confirm their presence. All right, guys. I'm thankful to all of you for sharing your responses in the chat section. I will share the mantra, Manish, and if possible, try to join my today evening session. I'm going to deliver this in a different pattern today, right? I'll not follow the exact same pattern as I'm following here in this session. I'm going to follow a different pattern of delivery in my evening session, which will be preparation oriented. All right, it will be preparation oriented, everyone. It will not be, uh, practice oriented, right? Tomorrow, my today's session, evening session, will be preparation oriented and not practice oriented, guys. Means I'm going to train on various logics today. I'm going to train all of you on various expressions, and it won't be practice oriented, right, guys? This is in favor of the participants only. My next session is at 6:30 today evening, guys. Slot 4. All right. So in this activity, I'm trying to explain working with dictionary. Everyone, it's completely optional, guys. Right? Ideally, it is completely optional, right? You have once you have joined one slot, you don't need, it's other slots are optional. But because I'm observing that this cohort needs preparation than practice. This is my personal observation. So I'm going to deliver the preparation based, preparation oriented session today evening and not practice oriented. I feel more of a preparation is required here and not practice. Okay. So Bhavani, I hope you have taken the screenshot. Yeah, Sumit, I'll share this by the end of the session. All right, I'll share this. Don't worry. Yeah, I will suggest Sumit. Right, no worries at all. Um, okay. Okay. So 6:30, Bhavani. 6:30 is the time. Okay. Working with dictionary, everyone. So first of all, I'm going to prepare you for this one, right? So this is going to like creating empty dictionary, creating an empty dictionary. So first of all, I'm telling you exactly how to work with dictionary, and then I'll give you the exercise here. All right. So create a dictionary here. It's going to be my dictionary. I created empty dictionary here, adding key value here. It would be my dictionary. I'm going to say, let's say, CA, California, and my dictionary. So I just have a simple question here. I want you to confirm if you have understood how to create an empty dictionary, how I added the key value here, and this is how it ended up like. Okay, this is a simple thing I want you to confirm. Okay, so I've got I've got this username here. My name is Rajan. All right, now look at this. Same expression, right? I'm going to use exact same expression. So username is Rajan here, and I'm going to say for char in username. sprint cat. So guys, I hope you're able to recall how I extracted each character one by one. How I extracted each character one by one here. Now, what I am going to do here is I'm going to change the username here. So I'm really sorry. So it's going to be, let's say, Iron Man. Okay, I just used Iron Man here. Okay, right, and this Iron Man. Now here I've got this dictionary here called, let's say, I'll simply call it result, and result char equals to odd char. I wanted to compare this expression with this expression. Do they look same? This one and this one. Are they looking same? Please compare. The grammar, I'm talking about the grammar. I'm talking about the grammar. Now, from this expression, what do you expect your dictionary to look like? The question is that, from this expression, try to understand what could be the possible, structure of my dictionary. What will be the key and what will be the value? Exactly, Murali. So, do we expect the dictionary to look like this? Now, guys, I'm pausing myself and try to create a comfort zone. I'm pausing myself, trying to create a comfort zone. Now, did you observe that N is missing from man? From man, N is missing in the dictionary. Did you observe? If you look at the keys, in Iron Man's man, N is missing. So why N is missing? Because keys cannot be repeated. Why N is missing? Because keys cannot be repeated. I hope you understood the point. Yeah, N is a repeat, and keys cannot be repeated. So if you confirm me, if you're comfortable with the expression, then only I will proceed with giving you the activity here. If you confirm me. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, perfect. Now here, I've got this activity here, quick activity. So I've got this player weights with me, 210, 180, 160, 240, and 190. So these are player weights in pounds. You have to write logic to create a dictionary where key is weight in pounds, value is weight in kg. I'm hoping that the question is clear to the participants. Okay. Now, once you're able to convert the weight from pound to kg, please copy and paste the dictionary in the chat section. All right. Please copy and paste the dictionary in the chat section. Good one. Good one. So, hi Money, hi Murali. You can use the round function if you wish to round down the values to two decimal places, Manisagar and Murali. If you want to round down the values to two decimal places, you can use the round function like this. Good one, Kajal. Thank you, Rajkumar. All right, Sumit, good one. Salesh, good one. Yeah, thank you, Murali, for sharing the response again. Good one, Chitra. Good one, Sangeeta. Good one, Priya. Good one, Gagan. Gagan's values looks good. What different? Gagan, can you please check the formula? Shakti Prasanna, can you please confirm if the response is correct? It's correct, I think, Shakti Prasanna. This is correct. Yeah, thank you, Nilesh. That does works. That does works. Hi, Rajkumar. No worries. Thank you for sharing the response. Thank you. Okay. Now, here I'm sharing the solution with all of you guys. I'm sharing the solution here. So, for this, we have to, we have to simply say for weight in player weight. So we have to uh, iterate through all the weights. And data, this is a dictionary here. Data equals to weight into 0.45. So what we have to do here, we have to multiply each weight with 0.45. We have to multiply each weight with 0.45. Good one, Salish. Good one. Okay. Okay, so before I proceed further to my next activity, I would like to take the confirmation from participants. Those who are not done with this activity, can you please confirm if the logic is clear? How I did it? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll do one last activity here, everyone. This is the one last activity of today's session. Archer and then Heather, Rajan, and we can do that as Azuddin. We can do that. You have to please follow the algorithm below. So this is Rajan's encryption algorithm, everyone, and it's just programming activity. So you have to follow the instructions below to produce expected output. Step one: take an input from user, say Apple. Step two: reverse the input. So Apple becomes ELPBA. Step three: you have to replace all vowels in the input as per the values given below. A will replace with 0. E, I, O, U. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So ELPPA becomes 1 LPP0. Step 4. Add ACA at the end of the input. The end. So 1 LPP0 becomes 1 LPP0 ACA. Waiting for the acknowledgement, everyone. If you are clear with the objective of this activity, guys. Sure, Pooja Rani. Okay, Vishal. For the replace hint here, this is the function that we'll be using for replacing any character. If you want to replace any character, for that the function is replace. It has two arguments, old char, new char. So here I replace a with at the rate. Okay. Okay. No, that is not possible actually. You cannot replace like this. Do you need some more time, or shall I start sharing the explanation, guys? Thank you, Manna. All right, Manna. Sure, Sangeeta. Okay, Chitra, noted. Uh, so, guys, shall I start sharing the explanation? Shall I? All right, Rajkumar. Okay, Ashok, thank you very much. So, everyone, okay, so even if you're done with this exercise, right? Even if you're done with this exercise, I think I may have something to add there, right? The solutions which I have observed in chat sections shared by participants are workable solutions, but they are not ideal solutions. So here, you need to understand and adapt to the Python way of programming, right? Python has its own style of programming, which I would like to, present to all of you guys. So first of all, before I share the solution, guys, I would like to take the confirmation if this loop is understandable. Is this loop understandable? Okay, thank you. So we are doing it for the third time today. We are doing it for the very third time today, guys. Trust me. So step one was take an input from user, say Apple. So this was the step one. And the encryption algorithm, the step one said take an input from user. It can be anything. For easy understanding, I'm taking Apple here. Step two was reverse the input. In Python, the expression for reversing the input is double colon minus one. Double colon minus one is a Python expression for reversing any string value. So double colon minus one returns ELPPA, which is the reverse of Apple. So I'm going to share it here. Reverse input. I'm going to store it here. So here is my reverse input. So So if you observe, the value of my reverse input is ELPPA. Now in this loop, the reverse input, I'm calling replace function, where I'm replacing every vowel with @ and updating the reverse input. If you observe carefully what I did here, in line number 70, each and every vowel in reverse input got replaced with @. I did it intentionally, I'm going to change it. So in ELPPA, E got replaced with @ and A got replaced with @. But this is not the correct value which I have used here. So to do it properly, I'm going to create a dictionary here called repo, and the key is vowel and the value is replacing value. Key is vowel and the value is replacing value. Key is vowel and the value is replacing value. Key is again vowel, value is replacing value. And again, key is vowel and the value is replacing value. Now here I'm using repo W. Why I'm saying W there? Now here you may have this doubt how this worked, right? So I'm going to explain this properly to all of you. See, let us try to understand how to understand the code, how to read the code. See everyone. So first of all, please be comfortable. What is the value of rev INP? It is ELPPA. Is it clear? Is this clear? What is the value of rev input? It is ELPPA. Right? This is what we reversed. Now here each value from this AEIOU goes to vowel. So can you please tell me what is the first value of vowel variable? Can you please help me do that? What is the first value of vowel? What is the first value of V or W variable? This is not working. This is not working. The first value of V or W is A. Guys, the first value of V or W variable is A. Why it is A? Because look at the characters here, right? The very first character will be fetched. A. We are doing it for the third time today, everyone. A will go to V or W. Now look at this expression. Look at this expression. If you look at this expression, if I do the post-mortem of this expression, right? How the post-mortem would look like. Look at this. ELPPA dot replace V or W, which is A, comma, repo, and the key is A. Now this expression fetches value for the key A. In the repo dictionary, what is the value for the key A? Can you reply me? What is the value for key A? 0. That's right. The value is 0. So how the expression actually looks like? The expression actually looks like ELPPA dot replace A with 0. So this is how the expression actually looks like, and this will return. What it will return? ELPP0, which will be the new value of input. So this is the first iteration of your for loop. After the first iteration, your ELPPA becomes ELPP0. Now take your time. I'm not going to the second iteration right now. Take your time. Take your time. Thank you, Murli. Thank you very much for sharing the response. We can, Kajal, we can. Guys, is the first iteration understood? Can I confirm? Is the first cycle understood? If not, let's do it second time. See, let's do it one more time. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. We'll do it one more time. कोई बात नहीं. We'll do it one more time. Here. The last value of rev input is ELPP0. This was the last value of ELPP0. Now, when this loop again runs, what is the second value of VOW variable? Can you reply me? What is the second value of VOW variable? E. E is the second value. So how this expression looks like? How this expression looks like? ELPP0 dot replace E with the repo E. So what is the value that this dictionary will return? Repo E. So the key is E, the value is 1. Very good. The value is 1. Now I'm feeling happy. Oh my God! In the past 2.5 hours, now I'm feeling happy. Okay, so this becomes E. Sorry, not E. 1 LPP0. 1 LPP0. So because E got replaced with 1. E got replaced with 1. So ELPP0 becomes 1 LPP0. So the way the replacements are happening for A and E, if there are any other vowels present, the exact same pattern will be followed. And finally, add ACA. So I'm using F string here for adding the ACA. I'm using the F string here for adding the ACA because I feel this is a professional method of doing the job. Guys, this was all from my side, guys, for today's session. And I recommend everyone. Sangeeta, my next class is today evening, 6:30 to 9. And I'm going to, share. I'm going to deliver that session in different style. All right, in the preparation mode. Okay, so let's talk about the mantra here. Yes, Bharat and Arun Kumar. Let's talk about the mantra. Now, first of all, everyone, let's try to understand something here, all right? Let's try to understand something. So many of the participants here are hardly 10 days old in programming, hardly, right? Around 10 or maybe plus minus 10 days, right? Many of the participants here are hardly 10 days old in this cohort, right? Now, the questions which are there in a grad platform require at least 20 days of practice, right? questions which are there in the web platform requires at least 20 days of practice. So basically, I mean, trying to say here is that the kind of programming level which is expected is little higher. Now, in 10 days, in these 10 days, actually we worked for let's say 3 to 4 days. Actually, because we are a professional, right? We don't have this much time, to invest because we are occupied with so many other things. So here the situation is like this, right? So we actually work for 3 4 days, and expected is 20 here. Now here at this stage we have very less, database available. Very less, very small. You can say very small database available for Python logics plus Python expressions. So we have a very, very small database with us, very small, right? If you keep counting the functions, it won't cross more than 10, maybe. I may be wrong. So we have a very small database. Now we are trying to fight a war where we aren't properly prepared, right? This is the problem. We are trying to fight a war, means solve the questions where we are not prepared properly. So if you continue to follow this thing, right, it will demoralize you. It will demoralize you, with every day. Reason, because the approach is wrong here. The approach is wrong, right? The current approach is basically, assessment type, right? We are following the assessment type strategy, like I will solve this question on my own. I will solve this question on my own. I will dig out the results, and I am going to crack it anyhow, no matter on which planet I am. So basically, this is very difficult. This is a very difficult approach. This is a very difficult approach. So what I recommend for the beginners, right? What I recommend for the beginners. So here's the approach which I'm recommending here. So there is this website called PyNative. All right, I'm sharing this in the chat section here. So there is this website called PyNative here. Now, why I'm recommending this website? The question is that why I am recommending this website. The very first reason is topic-wise exercises. So here in this website, we have topic-wise exercises. Exercise for beginners, exercise for loops, exercise for strings, exercise for data structures. Now, once you have opened this website, how you are expected to proceed? How you are expected to proceed? I'll tell you. So here we have string exercises, right? Here we have string exercises. Please don't be a test taker. Please don't take the test. Do not judge yourself. We are not in a position to judge ourselves. So what should be the approach here, right? On Monday evening, open this, click on this question, study the question, right? Study the question, what the question is saying. Study the solution. Okay, open the solution, right? And study the solution. You are not supposed to solve the question here. Please don't solve the question. The strategy here is not solving the question. The strategy here is studying the solution. So when you are going to study solutions, right? So where is the pointer? So when you're going to study the solution, right, you are going to add logics into your knowledge bucket, right? You're going to add logics. Okay, this is how we do it. Okay, this is how we do it. Okay, this is how we do it. So you're going to add logics. You're going to add Python expressions. Okay, this is how the expression is written. Okay, this is how the brackets are used. Okay, this is how the quotations are used. Okay, this is where I need to use simple bracket. Okay, this is where I need to use the square bracket. So you have to study the solutions, and you have to add logics and Python expressions into your knowledge bucket. from every section, try to cover at least 60 to 80% of the question, if possible. 60 to 80% of the questions, try to study them. Try to study them and prepare a bucket full of logics and expressions. Prepare a bucket full of logics and expression. If you continue to do this for at least 4 to 6 days, if you continue to do this for at least 4 to 6 days, after 4 to 6 days, your brain will automatically start talking to you. Your brain will automatically start talking to you that this can be the logic you can use to solve this situation. This can be the expression that you can use. This is the logic that you can use to solve any particular given question. So here the strategy is to build a database. Right now we are trying to fight a war without preparation. Please stop fighting the war, fighting with anyone, right? Please stop please stop cracking the questions. No, we are not in a situation to crack the questions. We are in a preparation situation where we must study the solutions and prepare the database. After 4 to 6 days, you will realize that your brain is talking to you. Your brain is telling you how to do this. Okay, this is the logic, this is how the expression would be written. So it will come to you automatically once you have something within you, right? So there is very less within you. That's why you're facing challenges. There is very less within you, less knowledge, less expressions, less logics. That's why you're struggling. Right? First, add the knowledge, add the logics, add the expressions, and then start solving the questions. Not now. So this is the approach which I would like to share with the participants to be able to be in a position to start solving the questions at a grad platform or any other platform. Everyone. So I am hoping that this approach would definitely benefit all of you. I'm hoping that after 4 to 6 days, you must see some changes within you, right? You must see some changes within you guys. Sangeeta, I'm not sure about if I'm going to take classes on weekend because mostly I'm into international batches, and you may see some shiftings or changes in the near future. All right, guys. So that was all from my side, guys, for today's session. I'm hoping that we found the content relevant. I'm hoping that the efforts which were put in, I'm hoping that it is going to benefit all of you. I'm hoping that I should be able to reduce the efforts required for you to learn this subject. I'm hoping. Sure, Abhijit, I'll share the notebook. So, guys, I've shared the feedback hole here. Everyone, I request all of you, please fill the feedback hole before you exit. And once again, I'm thankful to all of you for joining me in today's beautiful morning session. And next week, I want to see a very strong contender, a very, very strong contender. There are many here, but many needs preparation. Please, everyone, please, right? Please, I just want to be happy. Please. Because I cannot expect myself, my participants to be weaker, at least my participants. Thank you, Kajul. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ganesh. And I'm thankful to all those participants who were, good with programming and cooperated with me today. So I'm thankful to all of you as well for your patience, for your coordination. I know that, those who could do programming didn't find, much of a higher knowledge today. But I'm thankful to all of you guys, for your cooperation, everyone. All right, I've shared the notebook link, everyone, in the chat section. Please download the notebook. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Ranjit, it is for my own satisfaction also, because I'm also not satisfied until I see the results. So thank you, Ranjit, for sharing the response. Thank you for that lovely smile as well. I'll take a leave now, guys. I have my next session at 11. So kind of, drink a bucket of Red Bull. Okay, guys, I'll take a leave and I've shared the sheet here. Here is the sheet. Bye bye, guys. Enjoy the monsoon and happy weekend. Please enjoy your beautiful Sunday, everyone.